Peace, peace, peace. What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Once again. Subject for today, let's talk. Hold on, let me see. Hey, mama. Peace, how you doing? I saw you come in and out. Just a general talk. Nothing in particular. I might bring up something though. Something I saw today that I wasn't really something I ain't really been I've been paying attention to but not paying attention to. I was on YouTube and something came through my line with some alien stuff, but it was like some government type meetings about aliens and stuff like that. But you know, I don't be tuning into that too strong, you know, because I think I got a lot of different opinions about that stuff. You know what I mean? Aliens and stuff like that. I mean, I definitely believe that you have extraterrestrials. You know what I mean? It sounds funny, but yeah, it definitely extraterrestrials exist. Because if you know anything about what the true reality of what this Earth is, the Earth plane, then you know that we live on an infinite Earth plane. Like space is really not like up; it's like out. It's like the Earth plane is bigger than what we've been taught. So you definitely got beings, people, whatever, living on other parts of the land, other land masses and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's some other beings that are similar to us, or you know, more advanced than us or less advanced than us on different land masses. Let's say beyond the poles. You know what I'm saying? I actually got a book, but I didn't finish the book. It's called Land, Beyond the Poles and stuff like that. So that always was something that kind of, you know, I was always interested in it, amazed about it too. Like, you know, from a childlike perspective, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like adventurous type stuff, like going to the North Pole and all that kind of stuff, and it having like spiritual connections and stuff like that, like you not being able to cross into certain realms, you know, if you're not a certain way spiritually or whatever. So that stuff always interests me, you know what I mean? But it was funny though when I was watching I kind of watched a little bit of that hearing or whatever they was having and stuff, but to me it didn't look real. It looked like everything. It looked scripted. Even though I do agree that it's probably, you know, it's definitely other beings and stuff like that exist, but you know, anything that's put on like a mainstream form, I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. So, but you know, plus I'll be trying to stay on the on the lookout for certain stuff. You know, a lot of stuff that's made in the future, it could be attributed to aliens. It might just be the same evil people that been doing the stuff all this daggone time. They just they put on the alien suit and then they blame it on the aliens. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta, you know, be mindful of that. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely don't trust nothing that comes through mainstream media. But then, you know, now the new mainstream media is it may be social media, but you know that's just how it is. Hold on, let me share this out one more time. Yeah, Patty, peace. Larry Ellerby, peace. That's like Leonard. After I'm thinking Leonard Ellerby. What's good? Where you tuning in from? I see somebody in there. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. What we talking about today? Aliens, illegal aliens. Yeah, we need to talk about illegal aliens too. Well, what they call illegal aliens. But that's a deep issue too. I mean, all this stuff it seems like it's made to bring up strife. Even with the, you know, everything being based on perspective. Let's say you got people coming from Mexico trying to get into the United States. And Mexico is America though. Well, Mexico is not the United States. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's just like people think Africa is a country, and it's not. Africa is a continent full of countries that have borders, things of that nature. So, you know, but a lot of the stuff that they do on the media and social media now is stuff to cause division and cause strife amongst the people. You know, but politically, you gotta pay attention to certain stuff, because all that stuff do affect the people here. You know what I mean? A lot of jobs, benefits and different kind of stuff. You know what I mean? People that are truly from, like, right here, the United States, as it's called. A lot of those benefits is going to people that are not from here. And I honestly say I got a problem with that to a certain degree. But if people is really being harmed, or, you know, their lives are in danger, you know, it's on the righteous people to give them a safe haven, get themselves together, and either go back or make something of themselves here. But it's a lot of people living in the street and don't have no jobs and so all that kind of stuff, and they can't go nowhere and get no help for just 2-3 months to be able to live in a hotel or, you know, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got people literally, like, people, you know, people that been here. I don't want to call them United States citizens, because that's a whole nother talk too. But all of that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And they not eligible, and they can't get no benefits. They can't get no help, and they outside. But then you got people coming from Mexico, Ukraine, they're all kind of places, coming from everywhere, and they get help. I don't like it. I don't like it because, you know, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here and I'm in it, and I know, and I'm not a you know, I'm just saying, I ain't one of the people that don't have to worry about paying bills and stuff like that. I gotta worry about that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know for a fact that that's relevant. You know what I mean? And that's something to talk about. But it ain't nothing to be hating people and trying to hurt people or delete people and all that stuff behind it. But hey, the man had a thing. You know, it was a thing. You know, up in border control and all that kind of stuff. But this stuff is it's stuff going on inside of stuff. You know what I mean? You don't never know really where they coming from with it. But they need to put the focus of those monies and that effort and energy into the people that's from here, that's already here, that already got problems in their lives now. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Hit that like button. If you come in and out, hit that like button. We just talking. Talking about illegal aliens, and we talking about aliens, extraterrestrials. No, it's serious. I chuckle it off, but it's serious. You know what I mean? It's all about mental energy. You know what I mean? Where you putting your energy. You know, even with in the conscious community and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Michelle O'Neal, peace. You know where you putting your energy. You know, that is one of the biggest ways how they brainwash us and how they distract us away from more important things. You know what I'm saying? You know, the more I look at even how the so-called conscious community is operating. You know, people, because it's confusion and what's the word? Conflict inside of that. You know, you got people. You know, you got all these different groups of people that's supposed to be on elevated thinking, elevated mindsets, and they still can't come to any kind of agreements about basic things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Hebrews, Israelites, Moors, Muslims, Christians, Aboriginals, you know, Hoteps, Egyptologists, and all that stuff. All that stuff is all the conflict is really bad. We're gonna get it together, but you know, you gotta recognize that that's one of the biggest problems. Getting over conflict doctrine, because we slide from one thing to the next. We all supposed to be one. Yes, we are, Miss Michelle. We all supposed to be one. That's true. Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna get there, but it's just gonna take some work. You know what I mean? Like I was just about to say, a lot of us go from one conflict. We go from one conflict doctrine to the next to another conflict doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Without ever really dealing with the peaceful aspects of the stuff that we maybe just left or whatever. But you know what I mean? This causes us to, you know, it's all that the chosen type stuff and all of that, like, you know, chosen groups and all that. Like I just think I got a problem with that. And yeah, the earth is transitioning. Yeah, so I know what you. Yeah, that's true too. So you do gotta choose a side, because like if you're not vibing high and you're not even going to know that it's a change going on. You're just gonna think people that don't agree with you is just tripping. And that's usually what people on that low frequency, that's what they think. You know what I'm saying? But all the different groups, besides the ultra mainstream religion types, they all know that this stuff is happening. And they still might say, oh, it's just, you know, oh, it's this or it's that. And all this other kind of stuff. And woo. You know, they'll put it on like the race stuff, but it's definitely the skin color thing don't matter as much as you think it do. Especially because when you got elevated, you do have elevated non-melanated people, or people that don't got a lot of melanin, and they vibing high. So just imagine, really imagine, just imagine, some of these people is gonna get in, and you got whole melanated people that ain't getting in, or ain't gonna be able to make the switch or the transition. You know what I'm saying? Because they vibing low. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about awareness, exercising the brain, exercising, the brain. You know what I'm saying? And giving thought, thinking about stuff. You know what I mean? Even in the past. That's why I feel good about a lot of things that I've decided, a lot of that I decided to go in the direction of. You know what I'm saying? Because I learned even back in the old mainstream religion about reading these religious books. But the books, you're supposed to read the book and then ponder on it. You're supposed to read the book and then ponder on it. Okay, so if you want some higher learning and some type of deeper learning, you shouldn't just be memorizing the terminology, the words and the sayings and all that different stuff. You should be pondering on how that stuff applies to reality. Well, it applies to your reality. You know what I mean? And how to make your reality better. And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't exercising your brain, you ain't gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But ain't nobody in it now. But staying focused, no matter what, is key. You know what I'm saying? Always staying focused. Even on the dry days. That's why my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I've always, I've been preconditioned from a lifestyle that deals with being on a high level of constancy. Working every day, little by little by little. You know what I mean? Putting things together so that you can deal and react the right way in the moment of truth. And we in these times now. A lot of people think that they're gonna achieve, the paradise that they desire in their life or out of life, by just a few days or a few months or a few years worth of working on it. And it may take a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? It definitely may take a little bit longer. So that's why I feel thankful. I'm very thankful that my preconditioning before I decided to take some bigger steps got me prepared for it. You know what I mean? In the same way I get on here and I'm talking and I'm like, hoping somebody, will listen and hear what I'm saying. I'm definitely talking to myself. You know what I mean? Because long before I might turn on, long before I turn on the live, I'm talking to myself throughout the day. You know what I mean? And talking to yourself, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with talking to yourself. You know what I mean? For real. If you talk to yourself in quiet, a lot of people call that thinking. So talking, we all talk to ourselves. But, I definitely do a lot of thinking about a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? I even think about, For the people that starting to have vivid dreams and stuff like that, because I have vivid dreams often. Sometimes I may not have them for a while, but then they'll just start happening again. But yeah, pay attention to your dreams. You know what I mean? Pay attention again. But yeah, pay attention to your dreams. You know what I mean? Pay attention. Not to everybody. There's a lot of people that understand that. You actually probably should keep a dream journal. You should journal your dreams, because a lot of times, we have vivid dreams, and then not too long after we wake up, we'll forget a real vivid dream. You know what I'm saying? So journaling is very good in general. It's good to journal, but a dream journal even better. Like, meaning was just something good to have on top of like a regular journal. You know what I'm saying? And one who is conscious enough to journal and conscious enough to keep a dream journal is going to. That means the consciousness is going up. They're caring about different things. You know what I mean? Just this is not the mainstream, not the norm stuff like. So I definitely, hang on to your love. So I definitely, I would say keep a journal. Yeah, manifest freedom, peace, no doubt. Manifest freedom. Yep, freedom of mind, freedom of your thoughts, physical freedom. You know what I mean? It starts in the mindset, the mental. A lot of us been tested in so many different ways. Hit that like button if you come in and out though. Manifest freedom. You know what I mean? But the freedom that we all searching for is coming from all of these different little things that people are choosing to talk about, myself included. You know what I mean? We get a little scattered at times, and we don't necessarily lose focus. Well, we don't lose focus, but we do get a little scattered. You know what I mean? I even took some advice from my brother, the brother Asir the Duke of Tears, because he was talking about, he knows personally a lot of brothers who have lost their minds on the conscious information, and I can see that, because it's been some times when I've been worn out, mentally worn out, when I had to really dial out. I had to really dial out of all of that, just because it wears you out when you at certain stages, because when you come into realizations and you coming into a lot of different truths, like, hey, you may investigate 5 to 10 things in your life, and you find out that all 5 or 10 of these things are all lies, and then you find out 5 more, like lies on top of lies and stuff like that. That stuff can mess with your mental. That's another reason why I be telling people, when you advising people to learn, you gotta be, you just gotta be mindful. Everybody don't want it the same way. Everybody is not as courageous or brave as you are. So you gotta be patient with people. And I really got a good hand with that, because me being a boxing coach, I know I deal with people on a daily basis, and everybody not on the same level. The intellect, the physical ability, the desire to win, the hatred of losing. Everybody, all of these different things is on different levels. So you can't really move every individual the same way or at the same pace, rate, or whatever. So, that's what I said. I feel fortunate that I've been pre-conditioned in a lot of ways for my lifestyle now. Me being a free thinker, you know what I mean, or a truth seeker. I'm really was made for this. You know what I mean? For real, for real. You know what I mean? And I always was like rebellious, and especially when I was a young guy, yeah, and a kid. I was rebellious. I really had my own mind and my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely I never was scared to be something out of the norm. You know what I mean? But that's what it's gonna take. But that's what it's gonna take. But the people that's operating and functioning like that, to me, are the heroes. And I'm just saying, I'm a hero. And the people that have, let's say, advised me along the way, these are people that I don't even know personally, but it's a lot of people that I follow, and I take information from them. I consider them to be heroes. And a lot of the things that they've told me that was going to happen on the journey, all of these things didn't happen. So whether my mindset changing, my perception, my views and my beliefs, how people perceive, how the people in my reality looking at me different, all of that stuff, it really went down exactly how they said it was going to go down. You know what I mean? So, but I always was made for that. I always was made for that. From very early on. I would never, done anything like off script. I've been off script ever since I was a teenager. Like I said, you know what I mean? I was being a Muslim when it wasn't stylish. You know what I'm saying? When it wasn't stylish. When it wasn't all what it is now. You know what I mean? And so I've experienced a lot of stuff that I'm experiencing now. I already experienced it back in the day. You know what I mean? It's just that I was on a different line of things. You know what I mean? But that's why now I know how to deal with it much, much better. A lot of stuff I don't even worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, and you got droves of people that wouldn't even listen to a lot of stuff dealing with religion 10, 15, 20 years ago. And now they on this side of the religious or the religious lines and all that sort of stuff. So now a lot of these people, I'll be looking at them, I'll be just like, okay, you know what I mean? And I would say it's good. It's a level too. You know what I'm saying? Because with the God consciousness thing, a lot of people, it's a level. I always cared about God. You know what I mean? And then became Muslim, and then learned more about, high aspects of religion in a detailed way. And it also taught me how to be disciplined. You know what I mean? I'm still a Muslim and an Islamic person, but I'm way above certain stuff. Certain stuff, if people want to fuss and fight about all that, y'all go ahead and do that. I'm really above that. I just am. You know what I mean? That's good. So you want to talk about all that, and it does apply. But what I'm just saying is, a lot of people, they stick to they just stick to the crudest form, and this is the lowest levels of everything. So I just I'm taking the high road to everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of us have always been a certain way, and this is why we in the state we in now. But the game ain't over though. You know what I'm saying? The game ain't over. You're still getting tempted with a lot of different stuff. It's always gonna be temptation as long as you're living, but even the temptation of becoming getting weary, being tired, and but I don't know. To me, I feel like I can't, because that's just like the moment. If I chill out, then it's like I'm gonna be eaten up. This is like I got a wolf pack on my heels. Every day I got a wolf pack chasing me down. All of that. You know, psychic type stuff, attacks. Trust me. So I don't have the luxury of I ain't necessarily running, but what I'm saying is I don't have the luxury of not fighting on a daily basis. So I do what I got to do every day. You know what I mean? That's just a part of my life. It's just like breathing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, I was already pre-conditioned for this. That's why for all the foolish people, they after people like me. You know, it's not gonna work. And the details of things, you know what I mean? You know, a lot of foolish people, a lot of oppressors, they don't pay attention to the details. You know what I mean? Or they ain't paying attention to the right details. Because if they was, they would stop. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's why I advise people to stay on the good side. Do maintain a high God consciousness, knowledge of Allah, knowledge of who the Most High Creator is. Live a clean life, be honest, speak truth. You know what I mean? Stay ready. Yeah, that's what you gotta do every day. And you know, and you'll win. And for those who on the bad side of things, stop, so that you can win. Because if you don't, you know what I mean, it's gonna end bad for you. You know what I mean? And you're wasting your energy. For nothing. I mean, you could be using that energy towards building your life into what you want it to be, as opposed to trying to hate on people or put spells on people or project negativity on people and all kinds of crap people out here doing. You know, the work that they put, the time that they put into that, they could put it into their own self and start bringing themselves up. You know what I mean? People do the same thing in the fitness world. They put a lot of energy into the wrong things, and that's why they don't ever get the right result. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people get into they start off on their fitness journey, and they think they know something, and they start doing a lot of wrong things, eating the wrong things and all the different stuff, and they wonder why they've been doing all this work and it ain't working for them. Well, had you consulted someone who knows, then you would be making progress. Hey, but guess what? I learned that in religion. If you don't know, ask those who know. So, you know, even with the people, the witches and the warlocks, right? You need to get with people who know, so they can advise you, because a lot of times these people that, you know, into all of that, that's responsible, they would advise you against doing a lot of foolishness. But people, they think they know a little something, and then they just go out there and try to start doing stuff. And it really, that kind of ignorance, it breeds a self-destructive mentality. You know, even how when you commit sins and stuff like that, and you got to win at all costs, or at any cost you have to win. That kind of puts you in a category of a self-destructive person, because if you gotta win at all costs, that means you gotta win at your own destruction. Meaning, like, you're gonna kill yourself trying to win, even though you know the whole thing that you're doing is wrong. Like, your whole game is wrong, and you still gotta win at all costs. You still gotta win even if you gotta die. So it's something to think about. You know what I mean? Me myself, I ain't like that. I just got, I just do my thing. I don't really argue with people about beliefs and all that kind of stuff. You know, what I mean? I ain't got time for all that. Like, shoot. I stay to myself. You know, I live a relatively peaceful life. And it's gonna stay like that. You know what I mean? But I'll be watching people. I'll be watching some couple channels. I'll be watching and stuff like that. There's a couple young boys. This young boy I like him on YouTube. I ain't gonna say his name because I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying something about. But he's very zealous. He got a lot of zeal. You know what I mean? He's like the Aboriginal thing. But he be getting in the arguments and stuff like that with like African people and stuff like that. He be right. He be right about a lot of the stuff he be saying. He be right. He be dead on right. But he's still young, so he don't really know how to balance it yet. But that's cool. That's a part of you. He growing up. You know what I mean? Like, arguing with people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get nothing out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because them people, one thing for sure, everybody in the world is in a state of confusion. That's just like Bible people and Quran people. You know, people that believe in the books and stuff like that. They know from the books there was a time when the Most High Creator, Allah, put the people in a state of confusion for them. Let's say for them being haughty and arrogant and all that kind of stuff. So he put a thing on all of the people, because all of the people spoke the same language at one time and all of that kind of stuff. They can communicate and all that. But he put something on the people for being haughty and all that. You know what I mean? And basically put everybody in this big state of confusion. But we in that state. We in the same kind of state of confusion now. We in the same state of confusion now. People, like I said, all these different groups got the same thing in mind, whether it be getting close to the Most High Creator, doing righteous deeds, establishing good things for their communities in one way or the other. They got all this stuff in common, but still can't come together and literally be the same people, genetically the same people from the same land and everything, and they still can't come together and make sense of the whole movement, the whole movement thing for the people. You know what I'm saying? So that confusion, that old school confusion is on that confusion is on the people now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But the best way to make sure that you ain't on the wrong side is to always be doing the right things. And I ain't talking about, certain stuff like, you ain't out here stealing and, doing that kind of being a criminal and all that stuff. Then you on that tip, on that level, you on the right side of things. You know what I'm saying? And in my personal opinion, I don't think that certain things ain't don't make me look at people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if if I follow a man or a woman online or whatever, and they doing some good things, but I might see, all right, you see the brother hanging with some women or something, so hanging out with a bunch of women, whatever. Or you see the woman, you catch her in some type of crazy situation with a dude, or just doing some chick stuff or whatever. Like, I ain't gonna look down on it, because people is people. You know what I mean? But the people that's functioning on in a higher dimension, state of mind, where you're being, know how to get a control over, a lot of those behaviors. You gotta get control. You gotta get that's a big key thing. Getting control over your lower self, like, you know what I mean, your lower desires and stuff like that. That's the only way you really won't be able to be right. Because the Most High, Allah, could let your desires lead you into a situation for you to get punished, right? This is why a lot of us have been punished through our personal relationships, and then we do the same thing over and over again. With our desires take us into another situation with another person doing the same things, and then we do the same things. And guess what? The Creator, the Most High, Allah, the universe, whatever, beat you down in some form or fashion. You find a way to deal out some type of punishment on you, or karma, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So if you think hard enough, if you ponder and think about a lot of things hard enough, you realize that you never really got away with nothing. You know what I mean? You never really got away with nothing. You really have answered. Most of us have answered for most of the things that we've done that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact I've suffered. You know what I'm saying? For the things that I've done. And maybe not every single last thing, but I've suffered. So I've suffered enough to know to learn a lesson. You know what I mean? So that's why I can comfortably advise somebody to, turn down, get it together. It's better for you to think about that before you do that. You know what I'm saying? Or, all like that. But, a truly conscious person, this is what they're gonna be thinking about. I mean, we do desire, I do want to save the world. All superheroes want to save the world, right? But ain't no buts. We gonna save the world. But what I'm saying is, it's gonna take more than just a hype talking and hype walking and doing it. It take more than that. It take, like, what about, the ones who gotta advise the people to settle down and to read a book and the rest. Okay? Eat some good food. Pray. Okay, the next day, run it back. Do it again. It's all different people that's supposed to be doing it. These different things. The same way it's a guy that's supposed to be talking to you about memorizing. It is a level, or a guy, or a woman who advises you to read the books and memorize the books and stuff like that. Everybody got a place, and everybody ain't on the same level. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't gonna lie. Some of these smart people that I pay attention to, sometimes they do and say things that I don't like making people feel stupid and stuff like that. That's not really a good way to be when you're trying to move people the right way. Because everybody don't get it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, everybody don't get it at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, you don't want to push people away by making them feel stupid. Especially with what's the thing? What they call it? The cognitive dissonance thing. You know how you tell somebody something about something they think is true, and they get offended, they get offended because they in their mind that the cognitive dissonance make them think you're like, it's like you're saying they stupid for letting the system or letting the dumb stuff get over on them and stuff like that. But they don't even be knowing that we all been gotten over on. But I'm just saying, advising people and trying to teach people some new things, that's a big responsibility. Because if you don't do it right, you might run them off. You know what I mean? That's just something. That's something to think about. I don't know. But it is what it is. Knock and flow. Scratch on my favorite thing. Yeah, I don't know. I might dial out. Ain't nobody in here. Alright, y'all. I guess I'll dial in. I might dial in later on or maybe tomorrow. I'll check in tomorrow, y'all. I hope everybody has a good night. And, enjoy the rest of the night. Peace.